Hey Josiah, can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure, what's going on?
I saw you missed school yesterday. Did you go vote or anything?
Yeah, actually I did. The importance of voting to me is that we can save lives and have a voice. I needed to be that vote. I needed to be there, and I know I missed school. I know it was important, but this was more important than day to vote.
That's some good logic. I didn't even think of it that way, but
Yeah.
definitely to vote. So like,
Hi, my name is Rosalind Young, and I'm the CEO and founder of Project 180 Chicago. We provide mental health and substance use disorder to adults ages 18 to 65. Voting is extremely important because I say this all the time, that change isn't change until you change. So there's no way we can expect, policies to be in our favor or for anything to change if we don't get out and vote. Voting is extremely important. Your voice is heard. Your voice does count. It does matter. And imagine what you're thinking. Perhaps maybe someone else is thinking the same thing. But if you sit in a house and you don't vote, guess what? It doesn't even matter. So then when policies are made and when laws are put into place that are not in your favor or something that you disagree upon, the question that everyone always asks is, did you vote?
that out. Like, I don't think governor, so the election that's coming up right now is for governor.
Right.
What governor means is that's the sergeant at arms of Illinois. That's the highest over Illinois. That's why governor is so important. A lot of us use the terms, we don't really know what the mayor does. We don't know what the governor does. So it's hard for us to even have like a attachment to what we're voting for, you know, but it's like, it's Googleable, y'all. Like, there's no excuse for the internet, like the ignorance at this point. Like, and if y'all, the candidate that looked the best, they just they're suing him for discrimination, racial discrimination. Even that, to keep us constantly confused. Like, wait, this is the person, this isn't the person. Like, what? We need to have like our own town hall. Hi, welcome to Shy Connections. Today you're here with me, MJ, and I'm here with one of my esteemed instructors, Dana. We're so excited to have you today on today's show. I have a few questions for you. Can you be as open and as honest as possible for me?
Of course.
Great. That's exactly what I need. Today we're talking about voting, and you know how serious it is for us to vote for our country. Our whole country system is ran on voting. We really do decide what happens to us. We just have to get out here and start making those actions. So I'm very excited that you agreed to be here and be open and honest. Don't sugarcoat nothing, girl. Let's jump into these questions.
All right, let's do it.
Why does voting matter to you?
It matters to me because I see a lot of problems in our government in general.
Yeah.
The way that we think that we only have two parties is insane.
Okay. Facts on that.
Yes.
I just actually found out, we're more than Democrat and Republican.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Facts.
that is something that we really need to bring out to
Yeah.
more people. They need to know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we could change the country if we stop letting lobbyists actually run the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
People
dropping
with
those
money
gems.
are,
They, the people with the biggest money who have maybe never experienced any form of poverty is making all the decisions for the people in poverty. That's why we continue to have a circle of poverty. I completely get you, and I completely agree with that. So I have to move on to our next question.
Okay.
Why do you feel we should vote?
We should vote because it is our country.
Yes.
It is not the 1% country.
Exactly.
It is our country. Everyone in this country has a voice and should have a voice.
Yes.
And because of the lobbyists, which is my biggest problem,
Understandable.
we don't.
Yeah.
We can't just go into our congressperson's office and be like, hey, we really need this for our
which
county or
we
whatever.
should, because on paper that's what it sounds like our country is. On paper it sounds like we don't have a 1%. It sounds like we don't have lobbyists, and it sounds like it's for the people. But as we're seeing, we have to take that power back.
Exactly.
I completely agree. I completely agree. Like, I'm so happy to be interviewing you. So my last question, because I have to ask a lot of people, I'm like, do you know who's the candidates for governor? And they're like, I think I'm voting for JB. Okay, so I have to ask you, do you know who the candidates are?
I know who I'm voting for, and it's not JB.
Okay.
Or who's it, the governor?
I think
I can't
Rauner.
remember. Rauner. Yes, it's not either of them. I am voting for the Libertarian candidate, who is Cash, and now I can't remember his last name.
Okay.
But he's awesome.
But you can Google. You can Google. And
Yes.
that's the point of all the knowledge we put out here at Shack Connections. Like, we never want you to take anything we give you as face value. Go research. Go look it up yourself. Now you have the name Cash. Go Google it.
And it's
Find
spelled
out what Cash.
Kash.
Yes.
He is.
I'm
a
excited to learn about him.
He's a former military person. His
Okay.
wife is also former military.
Okay. Which fits for governor. If you don't know what the governor is, that's the highest ranking official we have of Illinois. So because they're the sergeant of arms at Illinois, it helps for them to have that military background. So I definitely
Exactly.
support that.
Yes.
And they can help us with our veterans here. This is bomb.
Exactly.
Thank you so much
my
for
pleasure.
being on today, Dana.
My
It's
pleasure.
been more than a pleasure. It's your girl MJ with another episode of Shack Connections. We're out.
Yeah, you never see that
cooked
cop
it,
in the
right.
news of a black cop killing a white
They
kid.
will actually.
Never. And
you know
then,
why they
like,
didn't
if
post
you
that on
look
the
at
news?
that
They
that
didn't want us
video
to see
clip
them get
of
sentenced.
the officer being recorded, and he asked the guy to get out of the car, and the guy said no because I don't want to be shot. And he said, "Are you black?" You know. So in other words, you're not black, so you don't have to worry about me shooting you. And these are we have these politicians that we're voting in who sees these things, and yet they're not trying to do anything to help us. They're only doing stuff to help themselves and their families. They're not looking at the black communities. They're not doing anything to clear up the hood. They're not building nice homes in the hood.
Because
they're
they don't-
tearing them down.
Because they don't care.
I
Exactly.
mean, but at
They
some
don't.
point in time, we got to stop looking for politicians, the police, or anybody to do anything.
You have to
for
help
us.
Exactly.
Me
Personally,
personally,
We
I
gotta police our
don't.
own neighborhoods. We
I
gotta-
don't. That period. That's the main thing. You know your son is gang.
Right? If you choose to vote and you choose to vote Republic or Democratic, that is your choice. Whichever party you feel speaks to your situation, angle, status, understanding, right? Speak on the issues that you feel are very important. But I'm torn between parties, to be quite honest, because I believe that a woman should have the right to say whether or not she wants to abort a child. Because if she can't support that child, B, if that child came into the world undesirable, meaning that she was forced upon sexually, and the child is a result of that harassment or that sexual invasion on her, right? So I believe that she has the right with her body to say whether or not she wants to give birth or bring birth into this life, into this world, a life into this world. I will also say that I'm very strong and a strong advocate for guns. I'm against gun violence, but I do believe in protecting yourself, protecting your home, protecting your property, things that you work hard for, things that you have gained. I'm for gun control, meaning add more stipulation on who can have guns. And things of that nature, but I can't draw the line in the sand to say I'm a Democratic, or draw the line in sand and say I'm a Republican, or even go as far as to say, I believe, what is it, the Green Party?
Independent.
The Independent. You know, I just believe that a lot of them don't speak to my issues or my beliefs. So that's why oftentimes I really don't vote. Another reason why I don't vote personally is that honestly I just believe that a lot of cities aren't electoral states. So you're casting votes, but those votes aren't really getting counted towards who's being put into office, right? Then when that person is in office, they are really bound to the contributors, the people that gave them money to help them run the campaign, right? So they're really bound to the issues and to the to speak from a platform for those people who lend money to them to be able to run this campaign, right? So oftentimes I just do not believe that my voice is represented, nor is it listened to or taken as vital information, if you will, to move the country forward. I believe I represent a large percentage of the population that believe in some of these things, that can't say that I'm a Democratic or I'm a Republican, right? So honestly, I just believe that it is a personal choice whether if you want to vote or not. And I choose not to vote. Not saying that you should not vote. I would never advocate no one should vote, right? Or I wouldn't advocate everybody should vote. Vote or die. I wouldn't come like that. I just believe that if you believe in the party you're voting for, if you believe in the candidate that you're voting for, then by all means. But I'm just one who really believe that oftentimes, or just looking at the past, looking at the track record of voting and people voting and even voting in positions, the people that they wanted to be in that position, nothing changed for them immediately in their lives. So I just believe that stay focused on what you have to do for your communities, stay focused on what you have to do for yourself, stay focused on what you have to do for the world, and you be that change that you want to see. So I just really believe in that, and I believe that self-development is the basis for community improvement, right? Or shall I say, because this is an actual quote from the minister. So he says that self-improvement is the basis for community development, and I really believe in that. I really believe that the better we become as individuals, the better our community would be. The better, in turn, our cities would be. The better the world would be. So that's my take on it. Is taking with a grain of salt. Please don't take that as something so strong and so serious, because that's my opinion, my belief, my situation. But you speak with your voice. Speak to it from your position and your situation. And peace, and everybody have a blessed and lovely day.
Respect our black lives. Respect our black mentality. Respect our humanization. Respect us as students. Respect our feelings. Treat these black boys like they are people. Treat these black girls like we are not sexualized. We are more than our parents. We are more than innocent. We can be just as good as everybody else, but we have to be held to the same standards. We have to be treated. We have to create a safe environment for our black teachers, for our black administration, so they can do what they have to do in their daily lives. But more importantly, us as a people, us as students, please, I am begging you, I shouldn't have to worry about my black teachers feeling unsafe just like I do. I shouldn't have to feel unsafe in any classroom just because it's an AP and it's majority white. I shouldn't have to be scared of my black friends that are boys to be marginalized, to be treated different, to be treated less than, to be treated stupid, to be treated like criminals, to be treated like demons. Treat us fair, treat us like we can, treat us like we are capable. I demand policy. I demand change. I demand restorative justice.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I know that y'all just ended up watching a video right here that we filmed here at Illinois Media School on the importance of voting. And I'm going to tell you what. The first time I voted was in 2008 when Barack Obama ran. I was 18 years old, and the reason why I voted is because, not just because of the color of his skin. The reason I voted is because I wanted to see something different in office, and I wanted to see somebody from my hometown and see how they would affect the entire nation. So if you have ideals about women getting unequal pay, you know that they still are trying to fight against that and say that men should earn more. They're also trying to fight against women's right to choose. They're also taking funding away from after-school programs. And all of this money is going back into building more infrastructure, going back into prisons, and it's not going back into the communities and the schools where we need more books, you know? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have these passions and you have these desires for change, it starts with the polls first. You got to do your research on the candidates. You have to know what their ideals are. Research what their religious beliefs are. Because I wouldn't vote for someone that's Mormon. That's me personally, based on their religious doctrine, which expresses exclusivity for certain races. So, you know, we have to do our research. We almost had Mitt Romney, and, you know, that could have been a nightmare there. And right now we got a gubernatorial race. I don't know why they changed it to GUB. I think it should have been GOV, like gubernatorial race, but gubernatorial race. And this is going to be a showdown for Illinois. We're like located at the bottom of the list in the entire 50 states because we had no budget for almost an entire year, 2 years. And we had several shutdowns in our government. So we're looking for someone new, progressive, and let's look for people that are younger that know how to use the internet. Because one big thing is they're trying to break the internet up and they want to charge us to go on websites now. And they're trying to break, you have to pay for social media package. You have to pay for, video streaming package. You have to, like, they're breaking the internet. They want to break the internet up. So if you're not trying to have them invade your privacy as they already have, there are laws that they're working on now that are trying to get more intrusive into your lives. So you have to look for the candidates that actually want to preserve our privacy, our right to freedoms of speech, and your right to vote. So let's try to work on making sure that men that get released from prison, such as myself, had an opportunity to get out, make a difference, and go and vote as well. Because every vote counts. And I am 5/5 human being.
Project 180 Chicago is a nonprofit organization that services individuals with lived experiences in underserved communities who have a mental illness, substance use disorder, or developmental disabilities. Our dedication is providing rehabilitative services and opportunities needed for a successful turnaround. Alternative housing placement other than large mental health facilities or nursing homes is our focus. The support Project 180 Chicago provides includes financial, educational, vocational, therapeutic, as well as recreational. We strive to collaborate with the community, local agencies, and state government officials to help about-face our clients to live a more productive life. You can visit us at www.project180chicago.com. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Project 180 Chicago. Twitter is Project 180 CHI. Make sure you like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Project 180 Chicago.